Britain still shivering in the grip of a cold snap. Weather warnings for snow and ice now stretching across the country as the deep freeze persists.
Islanders, welcome back to a winter's wild camp, a proper winter's wild camp. The island currently has an amber weather warning for heavy snow, ice showers, and I don't know if you can hear it, strong winds. So I've just left the coastal town that I live in, Laxey, which is just down here, and I'm hiking further off, either into the hills or find a nice woodland area. Don't really have a plan at the moment. First camp of 2023. I can't wait, to be honest. I've got the big military backpack on me because, as you know, winter camping is never lightweight. Welcome to Narnia, or so it feels. This is what winter camping is all about, isn't it? Snow on the ground, crisp air. There's nothing quite like for me being outside to refresh. So I've got the Hilleberg Soulo tonight. In here is a possibility. It's my plan B wild camp. I'd like to push on, try and find somewhere a little bit more exposed. Obviously in that last video I did with the Hilleberg, which is, by the way, thank you, it's had nearly 250,000 views. I feel like we put it to the test, but not with snow and ice. A proper 4-season tent should be able to take a fair amount of dumping on the top. Expecting quite a lot of snow in the night. I'm going to push on. Hopefully we find somewhere a little bit more exposed. Time will tell. Time is 3 o'clock. I'm just trying to find somewhere. Well, I've got myself in some pretty thick undergrowth, but hoping it comes out somewhere decent. It's all about adventure. Sometimes you just don't have a plan. Always be safe, like, but if you're too prescriptive, where's the sense of adventure? Tastes like coconut, gorse flower. Handful of them on your porridge is always appreciated. So I think I've probably got about another good hour and a half of sunlight. It is January. Oh, some ominous looking clouds up there, packed with snow, no doubt. Oh, can't wait. With all the roads being closed, someone's been doing donuts. Fair play. So this is what I'm met with at the moment. Trying to figure out if any of those hills would suit, but I might not get to them before sunset, so I might have to make a bit of a decision here. Keep tramping on. I don't know if you can pick it up on the camera, but we're getting higher and the winds are getting worse. There's a peak over here, probably about half a mile away now. It's going to be a windy one. Hey boy. Hi. Car's abandoned. Obviously couldn't make it through the snow. There's a fella in that. You alright, mate?
Yeah, alright, thank you. Just waiting for someone.
Are you getting pulled out or?
No.
We're here. It is proper windy, as always. Very exposed. Perfect winter wonderland. We're in the hills now, as you might be able to see. Just gonna find a nice spot to put the hilly, and then I'll switch it over. I don't know if I'll film the pitch. It's a bit windy and my tripod keeps blowing over. Okay guys, we're pitched. I think this is even windier than that last camp on the mountain. That was a tough pitch. Poles kept bending. Oh, especially when you can't feel the fingers. The sky is absolutely crazy in that direction. Yes. Woo. The winds are picking up, that's for sure. I'm quite happy with the pitch. With the geodesic design, I tried to pitch it into wind, but that could change. Don't know if you can see yet, but the snow is just starting to pick up. It's just starting to get going. You can see it coming with the wind. Wind speed at the moment is probably around 35 to 40 miles per hour, steady. Doesn't appear to be gusting too much at the moment, but we'll see. Let's see what the current temperature is outside. Current outside temperature is minus 0.06. There we go. Anyway, time to get in the tent, I think. Wind's not too bad at the moment, but as you know, it's probably going to get leery later. Quick overview of my sleep system. Similar to what you've seen before, a couple of slight differences really. Bit of gear I've been sent. I was quite lucky, Flextail sent me one of these new lights, the Tiny X2. So I'll see how that is. I did pump up my sleep mat with it, which is the Static V, you've seen that before. Underneath, because it's so cold, I've just got a Thermarest sort of foil insulated jobby. Again, Flextail sent me a pillow, I'll give that a spin. Not sponsored, just sent me gear. Warm gear, British Army softy pants, it's like a cheap down alternative. Got some down socks, some normal socks, and essentially the bag I'm using tonight is the Arctic British Army sleeping bag. The boys who I know use these say that they are ninja and they should keep me fairly warm. So I have used it in the van, but never while out camping, so I'm quite excited. Other than that, power bank for just charging the likes of your phone, etc. So in the kitchen, obviously I've got the jet boil, got some bolognese that I made the other day, some quick cook pasta. I've got a sort of an MRE meal, just high calorie one should I feel the need. A few little bars and just coffee for the cafetiere French press. I've not brought the super cold gas. I hope this stuff works. I might have to warm it up in my sleep bag for a bit before I fire it up, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Other than that, probably sun's not long setting now, and we'll be in the hours of darkness. A quick outdoor temperature check. Let's have a look. The probe is telling me it is. Let's have a look. 0.1 degrees outside. So I'd imagine inside's probably 1 or 2 degrees Celsius. Cold. Pasta's cooked. Just doing the bolognese sauce now, mix it all in together. It's quite funny actually, just got me thinking. On the way up here I thought I'd just check the one of the webcams on the mountain run by the government, just to see what the conditions were like, and someone had drawn a dick which everyone thought was hilarious, but they've since censored it. So I'll show you the pictures. Only on the Isle of Man does stuff like that happen. Tell you. Certainly not peasant life tonight, but that is looking beautiful. Inside temperature now is, oh, I don't know if you can see that, 0.8 degrees inside the tent, but I haven't got the inner done up, so I'll do that shortly. The wind's definitely going a bit more now. I think it's changed direction actually. It's not ideal, but yeah. I've got a few American subscribers, and whenever they see me eating in the tent, they comment, they're like, "You have no idea how lucky you are. We do that and we have to worry about grizzly bears coming up to us." My biggest concern is the sheep. I'll bring you back if the weather changes. We'll have a little look outside in the night, probably do a check the guy lines and make sure that we're not halfway to Scotland, which is a possibility, camping in a weather warning. But I know my own capabilities. I'm perfectly within my comfort zone here now. Worst case scenario, the tent gets ripped in half. I'm still safe. I'll be in warm gear and I'll just deal with it. You'd hope a Hilleberg tent wouldn't, but I've seen other people with black label tents, which is the stronger version of this one, break in UK, so you never know. I love a challenge anyway. Cheers. The wind's still fairly consistent, to be honest. No snow as yet. I'm not sure when that's going to arrive. It's about 8 PM now, so I've just eaten and been lying here listening to podcasts. Got warm gear on now. I'm in the Arctic bag. I've got my British Army softy pants on as well. Feet are warm, hands are warm. It's all good. Pitched on a slight slope like that. It's not until you lie down you realise, but I'm not changing that now, absolutely not. First impressions of the pillow, pretty good. But yeah, I'll bring you back, hopefully when the weather gets a little bit crazier. I've still got one more layer should I get any colder, but after that warm meal, I certainly feel okay. Feels good. This is my current view. It's a bit wild. It's a bit of a lull in the winds. You might notice I've been using the drone quite a lot in this video. Anyone who watched my last camping video knows I crashed my drone into a river. It was a bad day, so I bought myself a DJI Mini 3 Pro, and I have to say I'm mega impressed with it. I used some like tracking today through the forest and it followed me perfectly, didn't hit any branches. And the winds today, even when I got here, it's really windy. I did put it up and it looks all sorts of squirrely in the air, but the footage is fantastic. I'm really impressed with it. Half an hour battery life as well. Also, I've flew it from a paddleboard and also an inflatable sort of sib boat the other day, so we're good. Ooh, she's getting rary. Still not snowing, so time now is about 10 o'clock. Time for one of these beasts. If you know, you know, these are amazing. It's been snowing on and off a little bit. I was going to say when I set the tent up, I don't have any snow specific tent pegs. I do have the 4 Delta ground anchors, which are pretty good, to be fair. They survived me on the mountain that time. I've kicked some snow up around the base of the tent just to try and keep the warmth within the tent as well. The snow's due to arrive after midnight. It's not quite midnight yet, so we've only really been getting sprinkled. Also, I forgot my earplugs, which is not ideal, but anyway, I really do quite enjoy. I find this quite peaceful. The sound of tent getting hammered, weirdly. But yeah. Just come out to do the guy lines, have a quick skeet before the snow really kicks off. The rear corner here was quite loose, but she's all right now. It's pretty solid. Whew, the Hilleberg always looks so solid from the outside. Back into the warm. Either hail or snow, I'm not sure which. Weather was weird last night. It hailstoned, snowed a little bit and then rained. But it wasn't the heavy snow that was forecast. Obviously this is my current view. But the winds were consistently strong. And I would say the wind chill alone, probably in the realms of -8. It's freezing. I've had to wear gloves in the tent. She's bent quite nicely in the wind. Tent stood up well. After I checked the guy lines, didn't have to do anything else. You can see where the wind directions come from. It's bent over slightly, but pretty solid. So what I'm going to do now, guys, just had some coffee. I'm just going to make up the tent and start making my way out of here before I freeze, because it is so cold. The hills are completely covered. Leave no trace, just make out the outline where my sleep mat was. Leave it how you found it. Sky's showing off now. Well guys, hope you enjoyed that one. I think on the next camp I'll use a budget tent and I'll take it out in some pretty testing conditions, because you don't have to have all the expensive gear. Typically, now that I'm outside my shelter, the heavens have opened. It's like a cross between hail and snow. I'm not entirely sure what it is. Anyway guys, signing off now. I'll see you guys on the next adventure. Plenty more coming up on the channel, whether it's sea adventure, shark stuff, or more camping. See you later.